Is it me, mister?
Iron Man's Marvel Comics premiere in Tales of Suspense number 39, cover dated March 1963, was a collaboration among editor and story plotter Stan Lee, scripter Larry Lieber, story artist Don Heck, and cover artist and character designer Jack Kirby. In 1963, Lee had been toying with the idea of a businessman superhero. He wanted to create the quintessential capitalist, a character that would go against the spirit of the times and Marvel's readership. Lee said, "I think I gave myself a dare. It was the height of the Cold War. The readers, the young readers, if there was one thing they hated, it was war, it was the military. So I got a hero who represented that to the 100th degree. He was a weapons manufacturer, he was providing weapons for the army, he was rich, he was an industrialist. I thought it would be fun to take the kind of character that nobody would like, none of our readers would like, and shove him down their throats and make them like him." And he became very popular. He set out to make the new character a wealthy, glamorous ladies' man, but one with a secret that would plague and torment him as well. Writer Gary Conway said, "Here you have this character, who on the outside is invulnerable, I mean, just can't be touched, but inside is a wounded figure. Stan made it very much an in-your-face wound, you know, his heart was broken, you know, literally broken. But there's a metaphor going on there. And that's, I think, what made that character interesting." Lee based this playboy's looks and personality on Howard Hughes, explaining, "Howard Hughes was one of the most colorful men of our time. He was an inventor, an adventurer, a multi-billionaire, a ladies' man and finally a nutcase. Without being crazy, he was Howard Hughes," Lee said. While Lee intended to write the story himself, a minor deadline emergency eventually forced him to hand over the premiere issue to Lieber, who fleshed out the story. The art was split between Kirby and Heck. He designed the costume, Heck said of Kirby, because he was doing the cover. "The covers were always done first. But I created the look of the characters, like Tony Stark and his secretary Pepper Potts." In a 1990 interview, when asked if he had a specific model for Tony Stark and the other characters, Heck replied, "No, I would be thinking more along the lines of some characters I like, which would be the same kind of characters that Alex Toth liked, which was an Errol Flynn type." Iron Man first appeared in 13 to 18-page stories in Tales of Suspense, which featured anthology science fiction and supernatural stories. The character's original costume was a bulky gray armored suit, replaced by a golden version in the second story, issue number 40, April 1963. It was redesigned as sleeker, red and golden armor in issue number 48, December 1963, by that issue's interior artist, Steve Ditko, although Kirby drew it on the cover. As Heck recalled in 1985, Teeh's second costume, the red and yellow one, was designed by Steve Ditko. "I found it easier than drawing that bulky old thing. The earlier design, the robot-looking one, was more Kirby-ish." In his premiere, Iron Man was an anti-communist hero, defeating various Vietnamese agents. Lee later regretted this early focus. Throughout the character's comic book series, technological advancement and national defense were constant themes for Iron Man, but later issues developed Stark into a more complex and vulnerable character as they depicted his battle with alcoholism, as in the Demon in a Bottle storyline, and other personal difficulties. From issue number 59, November 1964, to its final issue number 99, March 1968, the anthological science fiction backup stories in Tales of Suspense were replaced by a feature starring the superhero Captain America. Lee and Heck introduced several adversaries for the character, including the Mandarin in issue number 50, February 1964, The Black Widow in number 52, April 1964, and Hawkeye 5 issues later. Lee said that of all the comic books we published at Marvel, we got more fan mail for Iron Man from women, from females, than any other title. We didn't get much fan mail from girls, but whenever we did, the letter was usually addressed to Iron Man. Lee and Kirby included Iron Man in the Avengers number 1, September 1963, as a founding member of the superhero team. The character has since appeared in every subsequent volume of the series. Writers have updated the war and locale in which Stark is injured. In the original 1963 story, it was the Vietnam War. In the 1990s, it was updated to be the First Gulf War, and in the 2000s updated again to be the war in Afghanistan. Stark's time with the Asian Nobel Prize-winning scientist Ho Yunsan is consistent through nearly all incarnations of the Iron Man origin, depicting Stark and Yunsan building the original armor together. One exception is the direct-to-DVD animated feature film The Invincible Iron Man, in which the armor Stark uses to escape his captors is not the first Iron Man suit.